Tegwolo. Oya, come go pharmacy, go buy me drug. Buy me tetracycline and septrin. Waiting I talk.
Tetracycline and septrin.
I said make you buy tetracycline and septrin.
Okay, mommy, I don't sabi am. Tetracycline and septrin.
Say it again.
Tetracycline and septrin.
Again.
Tetracycline and septrin.
Oya, hurry, come back quick.
Tetracycline, septrin. Tetracycline, septrin. Tetracycline, septrin. Tetracycline, septrin.
Come on, play rubber. You don't go play rubber.
Tetracycline. My mama sent me a message. Tetracycline, septrin.
What about ball? You enter set.
I am gonna do post. How many will they choose? Tetracycline. Come over there. You want to do me? You want wound me? Passport, go! I tell you, I go wound you for this way. It is a play ball. Me, Tegwolo, champion of worry. It craze. Mega like creams. Latrine. Sembasa cream. Latrine. Hey. Sekesa cream. Septrin. Hey, I bet I come. My mama sent me a message. I come make a hey. Good afternoon, Uncle Chemist.
How are you?
Uncle Chemist, I'm fine. I want to buy that medicine that my mommy used to like.
What do you mean by medicine? Which medicine is that?
Uncle, the name is long.
What is the name of the drug you want to buy?
Cream.
Huh? What?
Uncle, that is it.
I didn't hear you.
Latrine.
You must be very silly. What are you saying?
Uncle, that is it now. I've told you now. It's exactly that my mama said I should buy.
Now say it slowly.
Okay, Uncle. Sekeprim and latrine.
There's no drug like that. Will you go back home and ask your mom what she asked you to buy?
Uncle, no. It's die with him. She will kill me. My mama will kill me.
Live here. Go home. Ask your mom when you are ready. Come back.
Tegwolo, you don't come back.
Mommy, I don't come. True to God, they don't get the medicine where you say they can buy. I check for all the pharmacy. They say they no get.
Tegwolo, which pharmacy where you go?
Mommy, I try you. I go the one for Junction, they no get. I go near that one where they for feed, where they play ball. I not follow them play ball. I not touch ball. I don't go that pharmacy, they say they no get. I can't go the one for the next Junction. They say they no get that your medicine where you they ask of.
Waiting be the medicine where I say make you buy.
Mommy, now that one, now that two medicine where you talk, now I tell them, they say they no get.
Waiting be the name of the medicine. Now waiting I they ask you.
Mommy, the medicine name, they no get them. True to God, I ask them now, they say they no get them.
Tegwolo, waiting be the name of the drug where I say make you buy.
Chekelaprim and latrine.
You say?
Chekelaprim, Sekelaprim and latrine.
You see why you no go ever get sense?
Say, hey, we represent.
Yes, that was a good. As Nigeria had like this, anything that can make us smile, we're always here for it. I'm joined here now by Ajebo, comedian. Thanks a lot for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
That's really beautiful, man. I mean, I think for a lot of us, I've always wanted to ask you this: how did you segue into this? Because most people knew you from stand-up.
Yeah.
And then we saw the YouTube channel start off, and then it's become this monster.
Yeah.
You know, how did animation first come into this?
So it's always been there. When I was as far back as 2010, 2009, 2010, I decided that I would do comedy with animation. And I think that was the time skits were just, that time the only people that are doing skits there, when Basket, EY, Bobby, when they want to do their shows, they're just
put something out.
Yeah. And that was the time I was, I was just coming up in the stand-up comedian. So I was like, I'll do my skits, but I'll do it in animation. So that's how I started.
Yeah.
And we did the first set of skits. I didn't even know when it went viral. We just put it out on Facebook. I don't even remember the ones of Aboki, you get egg.
Yes.
For 7 egg, press on. Chinedu is your friend from London. We just did the first set and we just put it out on Facebook. And after like a year or two, people were sending me my skits. I'm like, man, watch this. This thing is very funny. I said, it's me. I said, I said, House of
So
Ajebo.
you knew you had to own it.
Ajebo. It's funny how they could place Ajebo, but they could put it together, House of Ajebo, and that's how we started out.
Yeah. So when did your YouTube page start?
So it was after
that
the Aboki skit went viral, and I wasn't getting credit for it. I think 2013, I was like, you know what? Let me put it on YouTube. It's one of my least viewed video on my YouTube page.
And you have how many subscribers now on your YouTube page?
I can say it's about 2 million, 1.9.
2 million. Yeah. Now, if you've done anything on YouTube, you know how hard it is to get 10,000 subscribers. You're at 2 million subscribers, and the same way you say you get it for, I get your. Sometimes I don't even need to go and find this. And people are like, oh, click this link. I'm just like, when did you realize you were onto something? With your YouTube page? Okay, so I think it was in 2016 when it went really viral. I was working on the radio at the time. Yeah. I had worked on the radio for about 5 years, and somehow I wasn't having time to do what I wanted to do with the animation, and the dream was getting bigger. I was no longer functioning on the radio. Like, I would be on air and I would be on the radio and the ideas would just be flying in. And then I couldn't go for meetings. I couldn't set up, I couldn't do anything. And I just walked into the office one day, Chris Bossy, big shout out to him. And I'm like, boss, it's time to leave. Like, I'm no longer here. Yeah. I want to go and do this proper. And that's how. And it was the year that Tegwala started. Yes. Funny enough, but we got our big break during the lockdown. Yeah, the lockdown was definitely a big one. Yes, definitely a big one for you. Like you said, animation was always there, but a lot of people think of animation and think, this thing is expensive. Yes. Putting it together and all of that. So definitely you're spending quite some money. Why is that the viable way to go? Why not just do what everybody else does? Get characters, play something out, and it's straight up. Because animation takes a while to put together. Your writing, your voicing, and all of that. Why is that still the format you wanted? So I've always been a blue. And is it really expensive, or it's just a bit? It's actually really expensive. Yeah, I've always been a blue ocean strategy guy. I wanted to play in my lane. And at the time where the animation thing started, it seemed like a joke because nobody was paying attention to it. But it's something that I decided I was going to do and do it well. So it was not just about creating skits. The skits was just like, this is a platform available to us, let's do it. The bigger picture is to be able to create movies, in a nutshell, be the Disney for Africa. Yeah. And that's where we're going to this 2024. In fact, we just launched a kiddies learning channel. It's called Jenny and Kenny. It's the learning and entertainment channel for kids with Afrofusion. Nice. Right, so you have Days of the Week song that is Amapiano, you have Baby Shark with Gong Gong, but then it's still the actual learning materials that you want your kids to listen to. It's not like, we're not turning it into a Fuji song, no. Yeah. It's like having, it's like, you can play a Wizkid song and segue into our song. So we realized that as a father of 3 girls, I have 3 girls, I realized that learning materials these days are, Disney bought over the most popular one, which is Cocomelon. And now you have drag queens in it and different stuff and 2 daddies and all. And as a father, I know no disrespect to them, but there's certain values I want my own kids to. I'm like, you know what? I know there are a lot of other parents like me, so let's do it. So we took the learning part first, and now we're creating that. From House of Ajebo, you're going to see our local superheroes. Nice. Right? So that's where we're going right now. We want to create our own movies and do a whole lot of stuff. VFX movies. This is not hard. Maybe because of the experience we have already. When I see, I'm like, this is great. Like, we can do these things, but it's just so that's where we're going right now. And then the bigger picture is to have our own Disneyland
of course, maybe
Theme parks and all of
our
that.
own theme park, And so we're even experimenting this Easter. We're doing something called the House of Ajebo Easter Fun Fair. We'll do it in Christmas again, where we get a big space and then we just fill it up with kiddie stuff. We're bringing in all the characters, Tegolo, Mama Tegolo, all our characters. Like, just come and interact with the characters, So that's the picture. And we're like, you know what? Let's start to experiment little gradually, and then till we get our own place and we can do all the things that we want to do. We want our kids to be proud of their own African animation, right? I grew up watching all the Voltrons and Superman, and we want our kids to be able to tell our own story. Wakanda is not our story, sorry. It was a lovely, beautiful movie, but imagine that it was the actual African story with the actual characters, and so that's where we're going.
Nice. In a nutshell, he's making money, is what he's telling you. Because everything he has listed here is expensive to do. Do you still do stand-up?
Of course, I can't leave stand-up. Stand-up is my first love.
Yeah.
It's my first love. My show is June 9th. Don't play.
But this makes you a lot of money. Because we know everybody's aware of YouTube money now and what it does, and you have a lot of content there.
Right.
Would you say does it make you more money than stand-up? Is this your mainstay now? Stand-up is like the side hustle?
I hate to put it like that. But it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I've always been, when I resigned my job, I became an entrepreneur. Fully. Like, I learned the ropes. Like this in fact, I realized that I said, you have senior colleague and junior colleague. I started from the basics, and I was 2016, and I've been learning. So the truth is, where I want to go, stand-up comedy can't get me there. And I've not scratched even the surface of this market, and I'm doing it real time. In fact, we had to literally get investors on board for Jenny and Kenny because it's so huge, it's massive. I couldn't do it alone. This is literally converting the entire curriculum into songs, and the animations are beautiful. I mean, we have two teams. We have a team in Nigeria. We have a House of Ajebo animation studio. We have another team in India. And we're paying in dollars. So yes, what I said to do was, run this as a full business, and yes, it pays more than stand-up comedy.
I mean, you have a big fight in your hands, right? Because there's a reason why the animation giants are the animation giants. You've talked about Disney a lot, and they know what they're doing, which is why they're where they are, right? And they just launched, I think, a movie that's coming on Disney Plus called Iwaju, which a lot of people saw the trailer for, and were like, okay, this looks interesting.
Beautiful.
So when you see something like that, and it helps you understand maybe the competition you have in your hands and the fights, is it something you're prepared for? Because these organizations, once they sniff out competition, you know what happens.
Yeah.
How does that scare you?
So no, it doesn't. So I'm not competing with Disney. I'm not prepared for that fight. I'm not competing. I'm not yet. Yeah. So I just know that the African story is one that is to be told, and it's painful that they know it. They know it, right? In fact, it is painful that they're taking advantage of it more. Look at Wakanda. Look at Woman King. Everything that tells the African story is a big deal, right? It goes, it sells out in cinemas, but Nigerians are still trying, a lot of Nigerians are still trying to sound American and trying to do action. And no. Big shout out to, there's a change right now. You can all tell, like what you're seeing on Netflix now. You see that our African producers are beginning to understand that people actually want to hear the African story, right? With all the movies that are selling out these days, you see, there's no one that doesn't have African. Yeah, it has the authentic African content, culture, language, and all that. So we need to know that Africa, it's our time. Even our music industry, Afrobeat, is our time globally. So I'm not competing with them.
There's room for everybody.
Exactly, it's our time, and the kids also need to latch on it, and that's why we created the Afro music learning package for them, Jenny and Kenny on YouTube.
On the final note, how much of Tagolo's character is you? Because people always say it's a little too real. Be like that your story you tell us. Did they tell you to buy tetracycline and you bought latrine?
Actually,
how many times did you do that?
So actually, Tegolo is me. I is him. We is.
You were that mischievous.
Yeah, I was prayer point for my mom. Like literally, I was stubborn. Like I was that child that would go to school. You must receive results every day. I make her beat 5 people today. Jackie Chan. And the beating is not I must put here, you know, because it just used to stick. Just the way I watch it, I'm like, gently do flying kick today. We go practice our body. You know. So when I wanted to create the character, at the time, in the comedy industry, was the worry story that was telling, you know, and
so it was easy to just
let's make him a worry child. And then the bicycle seat head. That head we don't see.
I know that head is very familiar from primary school. Yes, I don't see it again.
Yes, like midwives. Then I've got to know how to mold the head. Those days you must have one guy with bicycle seat head. You know, I had one in my class. I used to call him bicycle seat head. I'm like, let's give him bicycle seat head. We just exaggerated your goal, and Tegolo was born.
Well done, man. Good luck with everything.
And I play about 7 voices on it.
On the show.
Right.
Wow. Well done, man. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Show coming up in June. We have fun parks coming up in Easter and Christmas.
Yeah.
We have, of course, your YouTube that's flourishing. Yeah. Good luck, man. Now you do enjoy.
Not really.
I'm most probably be inspired by him because we're all looking for other ways to make money in times like this. So at least have a good career. Yeah. And you're showing that anything is possible. You don't have to be stuck in one lane. Yeah. Thanks a lot for everything. And check out his YouTube page as well. But like I always say, you can follow the conversation on social media. Please use the hashtag Rubbin Minds when you send us a message. I will see you next Sunday.
Hey,